Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of my new podcast channel. It is called HigeRaji. Right, so before we begin this very new podcast, let me just give you a very brief introduction to myself. My name is Ash. In case you already don't know, I am the anime industry's strongest hige, or as I like to call it in Japanese, Anime Kyokai Saikyo Higemen Ash desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. How are you guys doing today? So, just to give you a brief introduction of myself, my main gig is an MC by trade. So yeah, not like medical certificate, but like stage MCing. Yeah. So you might have seen me before at events such as AFA or Anime Festival Asia in Singapore, and sometimes maybe you could have seen me even in Indonesia as well, or even Thailand. Other than that, I've also been an MC for Penang Anime Matsuri, which is obviously in Penang, Malaysia. I've also done MC for GameStart for 2 years in Singapore, back when GameStart was still a thing. Unfortunately, I think GameStart has been replaced by Gamescom Asia, but we haven't seen anything yet. Maybe I will be called for Gamescom Asia. As well as other local events, such like I believe there was an Anime Matsuri in Yishun. There's a lot of like Sakura Matsuri as well. So yeah, you might have seen me doing MC for lots of events in Singapore. And yeah, I primarily do events for anime events and game events. So like if it's Japanese pop culture, you would probably see me somewhere in Singapore running the event. So recently, thanks to the current COVID-19 situation, I've also been doing stuff online as well. So where can you see me online? You might have seen me online in Alpha Station TV Play, or the regular Alpha Station TV, which is the online, I guess it's like a vlog or show host, which is done by the people at Alpha. It's a very interesting show. I normally play video games there, and I do it at least like maybe twice a month. So if you guys like your video games, I would highly recommend you guys check out Alpha Station TV Play. Following that, I have done recently for a friend's event called Kurokon. So Kurokon is a very, very small event run by a group of like anime otaku who wants to show like what they feel an anime con is like. And I think it's a very interesting online con project, I guess. It's mainly done in Discord, and I've actually done MCing for Machiko last year. And this year, I was doing live translation for Ririsha, the VTuber. Other than that, I've also did MC for this year's like Bang Dream online cafe in Singapore. I think that was just about 1-2 months ago in June. So that was a pretty fun experience as well. So if you were one of the few lucky fans who were at the Bandori online cafe in Singapore watching it online, thank you so much for coming. I think it was a really, really fun event. It was my first time working in Bushiroad. Hopefully, maybe there's a more future collaborations. Hit me up, Bushiroad! And of course, one of my favorite highlights of this year, easily by far, is that I was in charge of the English stream for the translation and the MCing for Anime Japan 2021. So yes, Japan's biggest anime expo in all the world. They had like an online stream this year as well, because due to the current COVID-19 situation again, they were unable to do it physically. So obviously the best way to do this is in an online capacity. And I was very lucky to be able to do the English live MC and TL for the event. And trust me, that event wasn't anywhere easy at all to do TLs, because like some of the events, like there was 3 stages going on at the same time, and I myself me and my MC hosts, whether if it was Goofy or Kaimin, we had to switch between 2 streams concurrently. So we had to check out what's going on one stage while being aware of the other stage. So like, thank you, producer-san, for actually being able to like managing the streams for us, so we can actually like toggle. But honestly, it was a very fun experience, and I really want to do it again because I think it was fun. Maybe hopefully next year we can do Anime Japan 2022 English TL physically, perhaps. We will never know. So other than all these, I actually do other side gigs as well, because obviously you can't purely survive on being an MC in these current times, right? So other than that, I'm actually also a voice actor. Yes, the meme, the Shinjin Seiyu voice actor meme. I mean, I want to say it's a meme, but I've actually done some stuff before. So I've actually done, I did help for friends. I believe they were in the World Cosplay Summit in 2018, where the Singapore team did the Fate Grand Order cosplay getup. I think it was Saber and Arturia and Gilgamesh. And I was very glad to be able to do the voice of Gilgamesh in Japanese, and I really enjoyed doing it as well. I think if you look it up somewhere on YouTube, maybe I'll post a link somewhere in this page somewhere, or somewhere after this video where you guys can check it out, because I think I really enjoyed portraying Gilgamesh in that particular aspect. So I've also done, I believe it was a narration for AFA related events in 2018 as well. It was just maybe one or two, three small events where I did narration. I've not done narration until then. I think it was interesting, saying anime something event 2018, please come check it out. That very super radio voice. I mean, I can do a radio voice if I was told to do a radio voice, but I don't really want to do a radio voice unless I'm absolutely forced to do a radio voice. I can do it if I want, welcome to the stream. Hey, well, I'm in the radio. I mean, we are actually on a radio right now, but maybe I'll keep it for a bigger, more interesting situation, but maybe next time. So, of course, I do voice acting and I also do translation for lots of different people, whether it's B2B or B2C. I have done translation for articles. You might probably also have seen it on the AFA websites, the official AFA blogs. I've actually also done press releases for a certain number of voice actors and actresses doing their live events in Japan. I will not say which ones, because if you've seen them, you've probably seen them. So I will leave it at that, okay? And I've also done translations for restaurant menus in Japanese, because my uncle runs a restaurant here in Singapore, which you guys should totally check out, because it's a really good restaurant with really good butter chicken and chicken tikka. Because I think until before COVID struck, obviously, COVID changes a lot of things. We had a lot of Japanese customers coming to the store because they really like our dishes. So my uncle's like, hey Ash, my restaurant's been getting a lot of Japanese customers. Could you help out a bit? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I just easily made a Japanese menu for the Japanese customers to read. I think it was purely text only though, but maybe next time when COVID's gone away, I can make a proper Japanese menu with images and stuff like that. Because sometimes you look at butter chicken and what butter chicken looks like, but sometimes having a picture to show how it looks like in the store helps a lot. So yeah. Also, I've done interpretation for stage events and B2B events. Of course, you've probably seen me at AFA doing stage event interpretation. It's not easy. People say being able to do translation and interpretation, it's yeah, if you know Japanese, you can do everything, right? And guys, no, that is obviously wrong. Come on, guys, come on. Hello. That's not how, just because you know a language doesn't mean you're a certified translator / interpreter, TM, registered trademark stuff. No, that's not how it works, guys. But yes, I have done interpretations for a couple of seiyus, a couple of people in the industry, game guests. So I've done a lot of stuff as well. It has been a very interesting, fun time being able to do interpretation. I actually enjoy it. I feel like I have the skill to do interpretation more so than translation, because it's not easy. For translation, or to be more precise, it's normally localization, because I have not done game localizations, but I feel like it is a challenging skill that I may want to challenge in the future. Maybe if some of you guys know any good localization projects, or how to get into the localization industry, please drop me a DM, send me a mail. I want to know how to get it in, because I love games and I want to find some way to get my foot in the industry one eventually, because I like games. I want to work in game industry stuff. Alright, so on to the next section over here on my script. It says, この番組を始まったきっかけ. I don't know why, even though this actually is an English podcast, I have a Japanese script for it for some reason. I don't know why, but I made it in Japanese, so I might as well answer it in English, because this is an obviously English podcast. So why did I begin this HigeRaji podcast series? So first of all, obviously, number one is that I love listening to the radio. I mean, come on, like, do people actually don't enjoy listening to radio? Because I think radios are pretty cool, because you can transmit information just purely by the sound of your voice, and just telling people what's stuff, contents live via the radio. And I think it's pretty cool, because I used to listen to the radio and like local radio shows from Singapore, even Japanese like Seiyu radio. I mean, we all know, if you're a Seiyu otaku, I'm sure you listen to one or two Japanese radios and stuff. Like most of my favorite radio shows actually has already ended this year. Like 2 shows ended at the same time this year, which is kind of sad, but life goes on. So maybe it's because of that I started this radio. Well, not really. And second of all, well, I always wanted to do my own radio show. So I mean, sometimes you can easily get it through like a proper serialized channel and stuff like that, but I mean, it's the internet, it's 2021, I can make my own radio show, my own podcast show, just by, recording stuff right now, talking to you guys, and this is literally what I'm doing right now. So, I'm doing it right now. And, I think it's a pretty cool format to play with, because my main passion is to transmit information through my voice, like voice acting and emceeing and stuff. Basically, my voice just does stuff. So I really enjoy doing stuff with the voice over here. So I really want to do more, vocal format stuff. And actually, if some of you guys don't know, I have some experience doing podcasting in radios already. So my friend Chris, who actually also runs Kurosuke, he has I believe it's a podcast format show called Atelier Kurosuke, where he talks about his favorite Ani song. And I think it's a really cool show. You guys check it out, like Atelier Kurosuke. It's really fun just getting a whole bunch of otaku talk about their favorite anime songs and stuff. So like, when you're otaku, when you get excited, you speak really, really fast, like just right now. And also, I've actually been to a radio show in Japan, like legit been to an actual Japanese radio show. I believe it's a 3-minute radio show that's hosted by Hisanori Yoshida, which is a Yopi-san. If you guys don't know who Yopi-san is, he is a really, really cool Japanese MC. He does really, really interesting 3-minute talk shows nowadays on his podcast. I was actually invited to do one with that particular podcast when he came to AFA in 2019. So the thing about his podcast is he does this podcast with Seiyu Nakamura Eriko. And if you guys know who Nakamura Eriko is, she is the poster. She voices Amami Haruka in The Idol Master, which is, it's a pretty big Japanese franchise about idols. If you guys are living in a rock and have absolutely no idea what Idol Master is. And actually, like, I casually enjoy Aimas, and like my Tanto character is Amami Haruka. So I was really glad to actually work with Yopi-san and Eriko Sensei on the radio. It's a very, very brief, like 3-minute, like what he does is that he does 3-minute recordings and he posts it on the YouTube and like a few multiple channels every day. I think it's really cool, and I want to try it one of these days, like maybe in English. So I have some experience with that. I was very thankful to be given the opportunity to do that radio show. And I've always thought, like it was a dream of mine to actually host a weekly radio show one day. So, gotta start small. I made this current HigeRaji to do my own radio/podcast format. So, this is one of them. One of the things I really enjoy, like I said, is transmitting information, or talking. Just pure talking without any like visual filter, just pure voice. Cause like I said many times in this talk show already, my dream is to be a voice actor. I'm sure you guys who know me already knows that I want to be a voice actor, like in a proper Japanese anime. So I just like to do stuff purely by voice. I mean, I don't mind showing face because I have the big hige and the beard and everything, you know. But sometimes it's just nice to do purely in a vocal aspect. Anyways, so now that we've explained why I wanted to do HigeRaji, let me talk to you exactly what are the contents that is coming to you guys on this HigeRaji itself. Alright, so the format is that there is no format. I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry to let all your expectations down right now because the only thing I'll be doing in this format is just talk whatever the heck I want, when I want, and how I want it. So it's gonna be entirely free format for the time being. I'm just gonna wing it and try, like, you know, just talk about my favorite contents every other episode or so. So I haven't actually structured like I'm gonna do it weekly, I'm gonna do it monthly, bi-weekly, fortnightly, not yet. I'm gonna get this thing up and running first before I actually decide on how I'm going to take this show direction, you know. So, but first of all, you know, the stuff that I will definitely be for sure talking is, first up, anime. So, I mean, I am in the anime industry. I love talking about anime. So, who would have expected that I will be talking about anime on, like, you know, on this platform? No one guessed it, man. Shocking. I know, right? But yes, I'll be talking about the seasonal anime. And I think like the next episode, actually, in fact, the next episode, I'll be talking about like my favorite anime of the previous season. So I believe it was spring 2021. Yeah. I mean, in Singapore, we have no spring, summer, hot, like autumn or winter. It's just hot, really hot, rain, lots of rain. But to stick to you all, you know, with the people in the world who actually have seasons unlike us, I'll be, you know, sticking to that spring, summer, autumn, winter format. So I will be talking to you guys about my favorite anime that has ended in the past spring season, because I haven't actually started watching anything this summer yet. So I'll be doing that maybe once. I will be talking about the summer anime maybe once, you know, summer is over, so I can tell like, hey, you guys, you know, these are the shows you guys should have watched. It's the best shows of that season, blah 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 blah. I mean, everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing like their own anime. Like, oh, this is the best anime. That's the best anime. But you guys should listen to my take on anime because I have the absolute best taste in anime. And when I mean best taste, I mean, you know, it's probably just a lot of robots, mecha, or sci-fi stuff. But hey, it's my choice. Anyways, following with the anime section, we will also be talking about anisong. So, yes, I know anisong is a bit iffy to talk about because, well, you know, if it comes to anisong, sometimes you want to play a clip of the song and you can't because, you know, copyrights. But, you know, I can always link it. I can maybe even put like a 5-second snippet somewhere. You never know. You never know. But I really love listening to anisong. It's one of my favorite genres of music in the sense that anisong doesn't actually have a set genre of music. So that's the really good thing about anisong, because literally anything can be anisong. Like, if it's rock, it can be anisong. If it's pop, it's anisong. If it's techno, even that can be anisong. If it's house, that could even be anisong. Like, literally, one of the fun things about anisong is that there is no genre when it comes to anisong. So what am I going to cover when it comes to anisong? Well, anything and everything under the radar that I feel like talking about, yeah. Because I feel like one of the things I enjoy about anisong is that nowadays there's not really a lot of talk overseas about anisong contents, and you know, since I do stuff with AFA, I want to talk more about my favorite anisong. And the best part is that, you know, since it's my own podcast, I can talk about whatever favorite anisong I want to flex and, you know, show off to you guys. So I will not be restricted by partners, you know, for now, or like sponsors. I would just want to talk about, hey, XXYY singer is great, guys. You guys should check them out. That's basically what I'm going to do. And I will probably be talking about this, you know, in the coming months. Not so fast, because there's a lot of anisong to catch up with. And, you know, maybe what I might do is I might do a half yearly Anisong catch up because it's August now. We've been through 8 months of the year. I'm sure there's lots of great Anisong that's out there, you know. I have a couple of favorites that I will be talking about, but I'm not gonna go into like a explanation right now because there's an episode for this. I can keep these for an episode, guys. Alright, and up next, games. And I mean, you guys know, I am a huge gamer. I love my video games. So I'll be talking about video games, you know. What's new this month, what's the hottest release this upcoming month. You know, the usual gamer talk stuff, but I'm gonna do it my way because I'm not gonna cover, hey, you guys should play FIFA 2027 or, you know, the latest generic rando game that looks the same every single year. I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite quality games, like, you know, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors. People say these games are like, you know, oh, it's the same game every year, man. We just you press the X button and the Y button and it's the same skill. Like, no, you guys have no idea. Like, you know, Samurai Warriors is one of the most interesting games out there and you guys don't even know about it. But yeah, I'll be talking about newest releases, retro contents, like, you know, what's the most recent retro game I've been playing, because lately I've been playing a lot more retro games than current releases because there's just so many to keep like complete. And you know, the gaming backlog, it never ends. The backlog never ever ends. So I'll be talking about my never ending backlog, you know. For example, like I recently just finished Super Robot Wars Alpha on the PS1. It's been years since I last played it, and when I last played it, I didn't know any Japanese. So like I was dying left, right, center. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But now, you know, I can speak Japanese, I can read Japanese, I know what's going on, you know. Main characters, Gundams, Get the Robos, Mazingers, space aliens, you know, invasions, yeah. So I'll be talking about that, obviously, you know, in the coming months. Alright, up next on my list, it says wrestling, and of course, I mean, you guys, you know, I'm a huge wrestling otaku, and not just, you know, like, people always think like, oh, wrestling? You mean like WWE? Like, no guys, no. I will probably be keeping WWE to a minimum actually, because everybody knows WWE. Like, if you talk wrestling, it's like people automatically assume it's WWE, but you know, that's one hole I don't want to go in. I'll probably be talking about everything else under the sun. So like New Japan Pro Wrestling, DDT Pro Wrestling, everything under the DDT umbrella, and of course, my absolute favorite, All Elite Wrestling. I mean, if you come in expecting me to not mention anything about All Elite Wrestling, you're probably listening to the wrong radio show, guys. I mean, you're talking to the guy who was a huge Kenny Omega otaku, so much so that he kind of worked himself into working with Kenny Omega in a game event in 2018, but I will leave this story for another time. So yes, please do expect, you know, if I've been to live wrestling events, I might talk about my experiences there. Maybe I'll be talking about latest wrestling news, you know, recent PPVs, but yeah, just know that there will be wrestling content that might be coming in the near future. And not just purely wrestling related, but like, you know, I see a lot of otaku on my, or like, not even just otaku, like friends on my Facebook and on my Twitter always like wondering like, hey Ash, you talk about so much wrestling stuff, but I don't know what wrestling is. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I keep seeing this Kenny Omega guy on your timeline and stuff. So I might be doing a future content where, you know, I make it easier for like casuals or like anime fans to know how to get into wrestling, you know, how to understand wrestling from my wacky, insane point of view. So please look forward to wrestling content in the future. Alright, the second to last topic I'm going to be talking about is Seiyu. So Seiyu is the Japanese term for voice actor / voice actress, which is one of my favorite hobbies to follow. I love listening to my favorite VAs. I love doing VA stuff. I mean, this is technically a form of VAing. So please look forward to more Seiyu contents. And what exactly is Seiyu contents? Well, I'm gonna have to keep you guessing because like Seiyu content is so broad. I can talk about like, you know, oh hey, X Seiyu got married, X Seiyu got award, interesting Seiyu contents, maybe some good Seiyu stuff I want to show you guys. I want to talk about maybe even my favorite Seiyus, like who's the best Seiyu of the month, who's like someone I've been keeping an eye on, which you guys shouldn't like sleep on and stuff like that. So one of the things I really want to talk about actually, like today's like the Seiyu thing, is that there are some contents in English where they talk about their favorite voice or actor or actresses, but like I feel like there is a huge lacking in English original Seiyu contents. So this is one of the holes I want to fill like going forward, and please look forward to Seiyu contents. It's gonna be great. I actually thought about doing this on a YouTube video format, but like I honestly feel like doing this in a vocal format, it's a lot more fun for me. So please, I think like this one is one thing, it's like my personal like pet project. So I feel like this Seiyu content is one thing you can probably expect a lot of, along with the wrestling and games one for the most part. And of course, last but not least, my experience when I was living in Japan. So I mean, Japan is the dream. I want to go back there. It's not the best country in the world, we all know, especially with how wonderful they are treating the COVID-19 situation along with the Olympics. So, I mean, it's not the best country, but it is certainly one of my favorite countries, and I want to go back, move there again. It's not easy because of my current situation and experience and stuff like that, but I can talk to you guys about my experience in Japan. Stuff I felt there, stuff I missed there, stuff that people might not know about Japan. So, I mean, I'm not living there now, but I can talk about the differences in living in Japan back there compared to where am I living right now in Singapore, or maybe even expect like Singapore contents, because I feel like not a lot of people actually talk about Singapore. Even as a Singaporean. So sometimes I gotta my accent is going back to my typical Singapore accent. If you guys prefer the typical Singapore accent, maybe I will go with this going forward. If you want this, I don't know. If you like the Singapore accent more than the more slang, Angmo, stylo, Milo slang, please send in a message or like a DM. Like, I want to hear Ash speak in a more Singapore accent. Maybe like this are very interesting. People might enjoy listening to this more. So if you prefer that, please shout out in the comments below. Maybe I'll just do like a more Singaporean kind of feel to it. Alright, and wow, it's I think it's almost about half an hour already, and we've actually reached the end of our very first episode. And like, no, ima kita bakkari. I know, right? Like, we just came and it's already gonna end, and I'm very sorry that it's finally gonna end for our very first episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm calling this the pilot episode of HigeRaji. So if you guys enjoyed this show, please leave a message like, oh yeah, hi Ash, drop a mail, drop a DM, because I'm streaming this like on a few platforms. So I'm actually using YouTube, obviously, because like I like my YouTube channel, and I feel like I should be posting more contents on this YouTube channel. And this is also currently airing on Anchor as well. So if you guys follow me on Anchor as well, please check out and please subscribe to my this YouTube/Anchor podcast channel. So please give me your support. I want to make more content. I want to work with guests in the future if we can. We might get even like a Japanese Seiyu guest, and I might do the whole entire talk show entirely in Japanese. So if you guys want that, please sound it out to me, guys. Like, please send in all your messages. If you want to drop in like a regular mail, I want to do a mail corner as well in the future. So if you like to, you want to send me like a Nayami Sonan or any problems you want to talk about, you want to share about your experiences on my channel, please drop in a mail. Like, I love reading mail, I love listening to mail. Please drop in a mail, like either my Twitter DM, or if it's on YouTube, drop a YouTube message, or like on Anchor, whichever platform which is the most suitable to you guys. Alright, so according to my script here, it's Kokuchi Senden timer. Alright, so I actually have about maybe one or two kokuchi to say, like a few like updates. So I will be once again appearing on Alpha Station TV Play stream on probably the 23rd of August. So probably about a week or 2 weeks time, and I'll be playing a upcoming game that is set to come out somewhere in the middle of August. I will not mention what game is it, but all I will say is please check out the Alpha Station TV Play YouTube channel, which is just basically you just type Anime Festival Asia on YouTube, and it's probably the very first channel you see. And following that, I'll be appearing on my other friend's podcast channel. It's called Shumimasen. So it's he's a very interesting podcast show where it's a shumi, it's a hobby podcast, but it's a very meme Japanese name, Shumimasen. Ha ha ha. I know it's a bad pun. I love bad puns. Obviously, I have to go there and support the bad puns, right? So I'll be talking about a little bit of my journey to become, voice actor, MC guy, and my hot takes on anime. So if you want to hear my hot takes on like popular anime movies and series, please check it out. I will drop a link somewhere in this channel, because by the time you listen to this video, that podcast episode should already be out. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, but I will link the channel at least, in the comments below. Alright, so next episode, Shinkono no go shoukai. The next episode will be my favorite anime from spring 2021. So I have about 4 anime I want to talk about. It's not a lot, it's just my favorite show. So please look forward to hear me talk about my extreme quality taste in anime. I mean, like, it's probably 4 of my favorite shows, and if you guys don't watch these shows, like, what the hell are you guys doing with your lives? Come on! What are you guys doing? Like, it's some of the best goddamn quality anime that was out like 4 months ago, man. What are you guys doing? Alright, so once again, thank you for checking this very first pilot episode of HigeRaji Kakkokari. I mean, it's just like, it's not the confirmed name of this show, but I'm gonna leave it as HigeRaji Kakkokari, like just HigeRaji, Hige Radio, HigeRaji. For the time being, if you guys got a better name for this show, please, send in your suggestions for names for this show. If you got a better name than HigeRaji, which I think is the best, because I am the Hige Man, the Hige Man, because that's my surname. Anyways, last section here, SNS Senden. Okay, alright, so please follow me on my Twitter for my daily shit posting, because we all know I am a quality shit poster with my extremely good taste in anime and games and everything else. Please follow my Instagram as well for, I post photos sometimes. I sometimes just forget that I have Instagram as well, but I post really nice photos once in a while. I also have a Twitch channel which I haven't been posting because I've been taking a hiatus because stress, mental stress, and blah blah blah, mental health and all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't really have the motivation to do streaming for a while, but please follow my Twitch channel as well as my Instagram and Twitter. They're all actually the same name, so please type ASH_MANN1021 on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. That's ASH_MANN1021 to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, or obviously this YouTube channel. If you're listening to right now, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more content and future episodes, and of course press the notification bell for the latest updates on this new wonderful podcast, which I have finally. It's been taking me, I don't know, like 20 freaking years just to get this podcast up and running. I don't know why it takes so long. But hey, baby steps, and I think it's gonna be great. So please look forward to more contents on HigeRaji. My name is Ash. Thank you for coming today. Hope you guys will tune in back for the next episode coming when I feel like posting it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!